Hey guys, we're going to do upper extremity stuff today. So first one we're going to go over is the inhibitory. Now you can use a foam roller for some of these things. I don't particularly like them. So we're going to start with the cross ball and the roller stick. Alright, for the roller stick we're just going to use that one for that lat. So we're going to do roll that back just right in here. Okay. Getting about 5 good passes, but over about 30 seconds is what we're going to look for. Alright, then we're going to go into the pectoralis major. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the ball into the wall and stick the chest right in that and hold until we feel that release technique. So we should feel that muscle relax. Alright, and we can also do the upper trap. We can do 2 ways for that. Okay, put the ball on the wall, get the upper part of that muscle. Same thing, we should feel that muscle relax. Or you can also go on the ground. Okay. Just laying on it. And you can do the pectoralis one on the ground as well. That's a little more advanced though. Alright. What we're also going to do is we're also going to work on that forearm for that de syndrome. So you can use a foam roller. Can of soup works really well as well. Alright, so you just kind of really just rolling that forearm out. Okay, try and get the extensors. And you can kind of go the other way. Get the extensors on there. Alright, and then we're going to go into lengthening activities. So the first one's going to be child pose for that lat. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the arms out, sit back. Really feel stretching that back for that latissimus dorsi. Now we can lean to one side, lean to another side. Just really get a good stretch in there. Alright, then we're going to go into the pectoral stretch. Very, very similar to the lacrosse ball technique. Okay, making sure shoulder should be about, arm should be about shoulder height. Okay, and we're just leaning forward, making sure our arm stays against the wall. And we should feel a stretch in that chest. Now we're going to stretch the upper trap as well. So we can also do this holding onto a table if you feel like your arm's coming up. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab one side of the head, pull towards the other. Should feel a stretch right in here. And again, if the shoulder kind of feels like it's coming up, always grab onto something, whether it's a table. You can use rubber bands as well. All right, and then what we're going to go over is wrist extensor and flexor stretching. That's going to help with that de syndrome. So, okay, grabbing more into the middle of the fingers, pulling back and straighten the elbow. That's going to focus more so down into the bottom, the distal aspect of that forearm. Okay, so this is going to be doing the flexors. And we're going to go into the extensors. And again, holding for about 30 seconds for all these stretches. And then we're also going to hold for this thumb as well. Alright, now we're going to get into activation stuff. So the first stuff we're going to do is more on the ground. We're going to use a dumbbell to start. We're going to do our external rotation to get our rotator cuff involved. Rotator cuff's going to help that shoulder sit back. So what we're going to do is the externals, keeping that elbow bent to 90 degrees. Keep that wrist nice and strong. We don't want the wrist to move. And all we're going to do is we're going to rotate up towards the ceiling as far as we can go. Okay? We should not feel that shoulder move back. Just rotate up and down. Up and down. We want to do about 3 sets of 30. Okay. Then we're going to go into the sideline abductions. We want to make sure our thumb is up towards our ceiling. That's going to put our shoulder in a good position. We're going to raise the arm up to about 30 degrees and back down. That's really going to work that supraspinatus muscle. And down. Up. And down. Alright. And then while I have the dumbbell with me, we're going to work on the wrist extensors and flexors. So we can use a table with this, use pretty much anything. Round over here. What we want to do is make sure we have the wrist over something. So what we're going to do, for this one is I'm going to let the wrist extend and the fingers, and I'm going to curl the wrist and flex the wrist, and then I'm going to go down to a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to work the wrist flexors in the eccentric motion. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with extension. So I'm going to come up, count of 5, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and that's really going to work that wrist, help with that de Quervain syndrome. Last one just for activation. What we're going to do is we're just going to do simple scat pinches. So what this is going to do is just going to solely isolate those lower and mid traps and those rhomboids. So we're going to be here, shoulders nice and relaxed. We want to make sure the shoulders aren't here. I'm nice and relaxed here. I'm going to keep the elbows bent at the side, and I'm just going to pinch the shoulder blades together. And when we pinch, we want to pinch more down low. I'm going to do this. And so that's the last little bit of activation stuff we're going to go through. Now we're going to go a little more integration. So I'm going to extend the elbows. I'm going to do more of a reverse fly. So I'm going to keep the elbow straight. Again, the shoulders need to be nice and relaxed. I'm going to come out wide, pinching the shoulder blades together. Come out wide, pinch the shoulder blades together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into internal and external rotation with the band. Now this is a little more functional than with the dumbbell, just because we're simply standing up, allows those muscles to really activate while we're standing. So I'm just going to use one side for this band. So first one we're going to do is internal rotation. So I'm going to have the elbow by the side. You can put a towel against there as well, or you can keep it out just a tad to put that shoulder in a good position. And I'm just going to rotate into my tummy. Okay. Notice the wrist isn't moving. Elbows bent at 90 degrees. That's not moving. Just rotating from the arm. We're going to do the same thing, but just in the opposite direction. Okay, so this is going to be the externals. So again, keeping that shoulder nice and relaxed, not hiking up. Shoulder nice and relaxed, keeping that wrist nice and locked. Elbow bent at 90 degrees, and just rotate out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a bent over row. This is going to be a little more functional as well. Most of the time when we go down to pick something up, we're picking it up with our shoulders. If we need to, if it's heavy enough, we should be picking it up with our legs. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I want thumbs up, facing my head. Okay, shoulders nice and relaxed. Bend the elbows, pinch the lower traps together. Okay, wrists are going to stay nice and strong. Again, I'm going to bend the elbows, pinching the lower traps together. Alright, and the last one's going to be just a simple scapular motion. Now you can do this with the dumbbell or with the bands. I like the dumbbells a little better. It's a little more fluid of a motion. So it's similar to the side lying abductions, except what we're going to do here, we're going to be standing up. You're going to make sure your shoulder's nice and relaxed. If you have a tendency to lift the shoulder up, what you can do is hold it down with the other arm. I'm going to bring that thumb up, shoulder up to about, arm up to about shoulder height. Alright, and this is working that super spinatus. Real good functioning here. Alright, that's it for today.